The following is a special presentation on TNN, the Nashville Network.
The 1995 Busch Grand National season has been unpredictable. And for some of last year's biggest success stories, 1995 has been downright sickening.
Well, I don't know. It's hard to say. I wish we could put our finger right on it ourselves, You know, we've talked about that, and we've decided we can't change anything.
Bad luck, I tell you, and it really is. I'm not kidding at all.
I'm not at all satisfied with the way things have gone. I'm satisfied with the hard work we put up, with the sponsor relationship with DeWalt. They've been great to me. Everything's been good except the results.
So if you need better results, and you need them fast, come to the fastest acting track on the Busch circuit. TNN Motorsports proudly presents the SunDrop 400 from Hickory, North Carolina, where it is an absolutely packed house and a gorgeous Easter weekend for racing. Temperatures in the 70s, just a little bit of a light breeze, fairly low humidity. Here at Hickory as we get set to roll off for the shortest short track race of 1995. Here's a look at the weather page. Couldn't ask for a nicer day to celebrate Easter weekend or go racing. And we'll do a little bit of both here at Hickory. Johnny Benson has a 107-point lead over Terry Labonte, who is not here. Chad Little, Phil Parsons, and Jason Keller are, along with the best in Busch Series racing. Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to Hickory on Easter weekend. I'm Mike Joy. You couldn't ask for a nicer day, or perhaps a more treacherous racetrack, ready to break some of these brightly colored Easter eggs that'll circulate around the 3/8 mile. One of them got badly broken and cracked yesterday, Tracy Leslie's.
We brought a brand new car here and run good testing, and we brought it back and was running good again and pulled out of the pits there, and we put some recirculators on the brakes, and I guess must have got an air pocket in them or something. You know, it was a shame. I mean, I did this to these guys here at Darlington, you know, when that power steering line blew off and we had to pull a backup car. Go 4 years and never pull one out, and now I pulled 2 out and took 3 races.
Nevertheless, Leslie took his backup car, didn't even practice a lap, scaled it while they rolled it through the NASCAR scales, qualified at 9th. Impressive performance so far. At the front of the grid, Randy Pemberton stands with a couple of drivers, one of whom is really trying to turn his season around today.
Well, no doubt about it. On the outside of row 1 here today, Dennis Setzer. Now, in 1994, Dennis had 11 top 10 finishes, 2 wins, and finished 9th in the points. Everybody thought that he would be a formidable challenger for the championship. But, Dennis, your best finish in 95 is a 14th. Hard to believe. Can you turn it around here today?
Well, we certainly hope so. You know, the Alliance Tractor Trailer Training Center's team just has got to keep doing what they've been doing. You know, Ricky Pearson does a great job. But we'll see, you know, just in case we've got this.
Okay, a little 4-leaf clover here for Dennis Setzer. We hope he can bring a little luck to the pole sitter as well. Now, he hasn't had as bad a luck. In fact, he's got 3 pole positions in 1995. But unfortunately, even after getting a victory at Nashville, he's failed to finish in 4 of 7 races. We just got done talking to Dennis Setzer. We said he had a monkey on his back. I think you got a gorilla on yours.
Yeah, he's straddling my neck right now, I tell you. But I'm awful proud of the Slim Jim team, Goodyear tires. Carl Wagner, great engine. Monte Carlo is awesome. And we're starting up front. Good race car today. Track's in great shape. We're just going to try to be around at the end. And if we are, we're going to be a contender. So awful proud of my guys, though. They keep working hard.
No doubt about it. David Green, one of the smoothest drivers on the circuit. That's why he is the 1994 Busch Series champion. Now let's go topside to the guys that'll call the action for the SunDrop 400, Mike Joy and Buddy Baker. Guys?
Thanks, Randy. David Green with his 13th career Busch Series pole position. But, buddy, this race is not about how fast you qualify. It's what happens over those 300 laps, and everybody worked really hard on the setup, almost everybody, yesterday afternoon late in practice.
Well, Mike, the real key to Hickory is how well you have the car getting up off the corner here. You have to handle well. Speed does not mean that much down the straightaway. How you get through the corner, and the experienced teams will come to the top in this race.
Well, we'll see. Now, Johnny Benson in yesterday's last practice covered the car up. They didn't even run, so they think they're ready. We'll see you when we come back to Hickory, North Carolina.
Today's exclusive coverage of the SunDrop 400 on TNN is brought to you by SunDrop, the tangy citrus taste you'll go wild for. By Haviland Formula 3 Motor Oil. Add more life to your car. By the more than 1,000 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. And by Split Fire, the patented performance spark plug. It only costs more till you use it.
They fired the engines here at Hickory, North Carolina. We're just about set to go racing. So let's have a look at the starting grid for today's Busch Grand National race. David Green has his third straight pole here at Hickory. Dennis Setzer won here last July. Hermie Sadler has his best start of the season, and Curtis Markham is the highest rookie in the field. Row 3, Johnny Benson, the point leader. Johnny Rumley, the 1993 winner here. Dirk Stevens has 2 straight top 10 starts now, and Mike McLaughlin. Row number 5, Tracy Leslie in that backup car. Kevin LePage, who was 9th at Darlington. Larry Pearson, 2-time Hickory winner, and Mike Dillon makes his Busch Series debut in a Richard Childress car. Tim Fedowa, 4th at Atlanta and 10th in points. Pete Silva, the veteran from Maine, who races here weekly. Bobby Daugherty has 5 top 10 finishes here, and Elton Sawyer. Row number 9, Chad Little, winner at Daytona and Rockingham. Robbie Reiser with a career best 9th at Nashville 3 weeks ago. Jim Bound, 3rd at Atlanta, and Jeff Fuller, the leading rookie in the points. Randy Porter passed his second-day qualifier with that V6. Scott Kilby, the late model stock car graduate. Jeff Green, first Hickory start in 2 years, and Jason Keller, 5th in the points. Doug Hebron, 4th in July. Jerry Nadeau makes his Busch debut, an impressive road race background. L.W. Miller, the rookie from Pennsylvania. Patty Moise will start Johnny Chapman's car. And the provisional starters, Phil Parsons, his first start here since '83, and Rodney Combs, 6th in the points. Here are the drivers who did not make the field with one correction. Johnny Chapman did qualify. Patty Moise did not. She will start the car that Chapman put into the field. And of note, local driver, local favorite Tommy Houston, and his son Andy missed it by 2 1/1000ths of a second. Both Houstons attempting to qualify. Your AutoZone race analysis. 30 cars will start this race over the 300-lap distance. 109 miles on a 3/8 mile track, and Johnny Rumley holds the race record set in November '93. In-car cameras today. The Ford Credit Ford of Elton Sawyer will be carrying onboard cameras for us. The Bob Sutton, Brad Aikens car starting in 16th position. Here's his race cam. And you'll look out the right side window of Elton's car as well. And also out the back of that Ford Thunderbird. Dirk Stevens, the Dennis Shoemaker Duralube, number 64, will also be carrying an onboard camera. And there's a look at the Northwest Tour driver ready to go to work. And also out the right side of Dirk Stevens' Duralube entry. And there's the rear view as well from Dirk Stevens' car.
Mike, I believe everybody in North Carolina is here today. I was looking down in front of the booth here, and Brett Bodine's sitting here watching the race. His wife, several of his crew members, race fans, and race car drivers alike love the race here at Hickory.
A lot of Winston Cup folks. There's the PR specialist, Tom Cotter. Morgan Shepherd is here. Place is packed, and of course the Grand Marshal for this event was Junior Johnson, who scored the first of his 50 Winston Cup wins as a driver here at Hickory in 1955. We are under green for 300 laps.
And as you said, David Green,
Oh.
good jump there. We
lot
have
of
a car
smoke.
smoking there.
A lot of smoke out of the Scott Kilby car, the late model Scott graduate. Maybe just something overfilled as he tries to get back to speed. Up front, David Green. As Kilby is black flag.
Hermie Sadler moving into second place. I guarantee you, Hermie really wants to prove something today. He says this race team is great, and he's going to prove it today, and he's on the march towards the front right now.
Dennis Setzer on the outside trying to deny Sadler that second spot. That's as close as you can get here without touching, and they will plenty of times. A lot of nose-to-tail contact back in the field there.
You know, Mike, if somebody would have told you Dennis Setzer didn't have a top 10 finish as of right now, you would never believe it. This guy has something to prove also. He's not giving second place up at all.
This is his home racetrack where he nearly won the Winston Racing Series National Championship a couple of years ago. He's won a lot of races here.
And then fourth place there in the 74 car, that's Johnny Benson Jr. He's leading in the point standings right now. I'm sure he wants to go up and take the lead, but he's got to be very cautious.
And what a psych job they tried to do on the rest of the field yesterday when everybody was out in the last practice. They just covered their car up and went home.
Well, they're passing cars right now that practice all afternoon. He just got by the Dennis Setzer car, and he's in third place at the moment, moving in on second.
At the front of the field, David Green, the pole sitter. Let's go on board Dirk Stevens as he tracks Jim Bound.
That's Curtis Markham there, and that race car is moving around just a little bit. As you see the back end dancing as we speak, when he gets up off the corner there, it'll jump sideways just a little bit. I'm sure they'll adjust that car when they get in on first stop.
Buddy, a lot of the drivers complaining of the cars being too tight right in the middle of the corner in yesterday's practice.
Well, Mike, it's a typical short track. If it turns well in the center part of the corner, you're halfway there.
Patty Moise on pit road. Johnny Chapman will get in that car. That's his automobile. Patty started it to get the points for her team and Dial Purex after they failed to qualify. So Chapman will rejoin the race a number of laps down.
Well, David Green's getting all he wants from Hermie Sadler now. You see Sadler moving up on the inside there, trying to take measure of David Green.
One thing that's hard to do here, though, pass on the bottom.
He's not going to give that preferred lineup. The thing Sadler's got to do is get better drive off the corner and do what he's doing right now. He's got the inside groove now. If he can make it stick, he can get in the lead, I feel like.
Back to turn one. Sadler drives it in deep. David Green goes in just as deep, but Sadler has the line. If Green can't get back in line, he's in danger of getting freight trained.
Well, what's going to happen? You see Johnny Benson in the 74 car there. He's moving in under him as we speak.
So Sadler goes to the point. Here's Randy.
I'll tell you, guys, Hermie Sadler was in the open of this show, and he talked about doing the right things when he went and became his own car owner. This car is absolutely brand new. You're seeing the very first laps out of this machine right now. They did have some problems in practice yesterday, and they noticed this morning they had some rocker arms that were bent. They replaced the rocker arms as well as some push rods on the left side of the motor. But Hermie is cooking right now.
He's cooking, but he better cook because Johnny Benson's coming up on him right now in second place there. And just behind him is Dennis Setzer. He knows this racetrack like the back of his hand.
And David Green is still not back in line. He's on the high part of the racetrack. Curtis Markham's got past him, and now Dirk Stevens. There you see Green in 44. He can't get to the bottom.
And that's Johnny Rumley. He's in the 25 car, the big Johnson car there. He is running super well. Rumley has won here before, so in the front group here, we have people very capable of winning this race all the way back to, I'd say, 10 or 15th spot right now.
On the point, Sadler in the number one, the Walt Tools Chevy. The Lipton Chevy 74, right behind Johnny Benson, series leader. And in third, Dennis Setzer, the hometown hero in this race, in 59, the Alliance tractor-trailer training car.
Well, now, one thing that Setzer has over anybody, he has so much talent as far as knowing what's going on the racetrack. He won't abuse his tires. This is a great race right here. Robbie Reiser is up under Elton Sawyer there.
And Reiser will take the spot in the FTP brakes, number 17. First half of the field strung out pretty well the length of the front straightaway here. Chad Little goes to work on Tim Fedewa's number 55. Fedewa with Minolta cameras on the hood.
Minolta cameras on the car and some borrowed paint.
Yes.
That's about 25 different colors there, but it's a pretty race car.
And here's Sawyer underneath. the red carpet leasing Ford, number 38.
Just behind them is Randy Porter, fastest second-day qualifier, so he's really in there and going well.
This race is for 16th place. So if you can work a car up out of the bottom groove, you can gain some ground here.
You know, that's interesting. The 48 car we're looking at right there, that was Randy Porter. That's a V6, and they're starting to come to the front right now.
There are several in this race, including Bobby Dotter has brought a V6 here. We'll talk more about that in a minute. V6s versus V8s as Hermie Sadler leads for the first time since Dover last September. We'll be right back. They have just waved the caution for Mike Dillon. They called him Hurricane Dillon when he won a bunch of late model races here, but he just went around like a tornado off the bumper of Larry Pearson after things started to develop in front of him.
Yeah, he had a little assistance there. If you look right on the end of the left rear corner there, the bumper's got a tire mark on it. He had a little bit of help.
He was in 11th place. There it is. Nice shot. Thank you. The Kennametal number 12. That is a Richard Childress car. Here you see he's right behind Kevin LePage, who's battling 34, Mike McLaughlin, and
it looked like LePage may not have gotten back in the throttle properly, and the 12 got a little close there, maybe touched the brake a little bit, and Larry Pearson got into the back of him. It was nothing intentional. That's a little bit after they touched right there. Very lucky he didn't get into the inside wall. He was very close, and that would have knocked the front end all out.
And that he didn't come back out in front of traffic. There's Elton Sawyer on pit road.
Just got a roundabout in the right rear there.
Jeff Fuller coming in right behind him, and Doug Hevron is on pit road as well. First quick caution comes out here at lap 31 for Larry Pearson and Mike Dillon getting together. We'll take this break and be right back.
Today's exclusive coverage of the SunDrop 400 on TNN is brought to you by Napa. We keep America running.
In one lap, we'll go green here at Hickory, North Carolina. First caution of the day, and it's a short one for Mike Dillon's spin. Lap car of L.W. Miller pulling up next to Hermie Sadler as you watch from the pace car. We'll go green this time. Very few pit stops. Nobody for tires.
Boy, I tell you, right now is the time that everybody has to be on their toes. You talk about a dangerous time when everybody's going through the gearbox. If you ever miss a gear on the start, adios.
Green flag. Hermie Sadler down on the bottom. Johnny Benson going to try to follow him past the lapped car as they are single file.
Dennis Setzer's driving very well. He's in third place, and Curtis Markham there in the 63 car is running fourth right now. He seems to really drove that car past the part of being loose now, and he's got a very good car. We have a race for the lead.
Benson trying on the bottom side, not going to get it. Sadler holds the bottom of the racetrack. Benson and Setzer. Now, Curtis Markham is a Busch Series rookie. He's in that number 63, but he did race here last year in the late model stock car 100-lap event that accompanies today's race.
A lot of times the rookies have more experience on different racetracks that the Busch cars run on than the actual guys that run the whole circuit. So Curtis Markham's in there, and buddy, he is driving his heart out right now.
Good fourth place run in this early going. That's where he qualified. Dirk Stevens up to fifth. David Green in sixth. Johnny Rumley, former winner here in seventh. Tracy Leslie is eighth. Mike McLaughlin ninth. And Chad Little is 10th, ahead of Kevin LePage and Larry Pearson.
Boy, that's got to be so nice feeling for Hermie Sadler right now. He hadn't even been close to up front this year, except I think he had one top 5 finish the whole year.
Atlanta.
And the rest of them, I mean, he's had a disastrous year for Hermie, but you see he has the potential, a good team, and a good race car.
This will definitely help. Turn 2, and Jeff Green goes around and is tagged by the 51 of Jim Bound. We're under yellow for the second time.
Boy, the whole back section of that car is torn off. That's not as bad as it looks, though. That's all fiberglass behind the wheels there, so it's just the bumper there.
And that happened, buddy, after the spin. He spun around on the bottom of the racetrack, and as he slid up, Jim Bound was trying to get past and knock the tail section almost off of Jeff Green's car.
Yeah, that's a whole piece there, though. It's just tacked on there with rivets and a little bit of Bondo, so they'll rip that off and he'll be able to go on. That's a little more than just tacked on there.
That's already off.
Yeah.
Hacked off. Never mind tacked on. Second caution of the day comes at lap 42. Here's what happened. Car 3.
Well, it looks like Jim may have got into the left rear corner a little bit there, but, you know, on this tight of field, when you go down in the corner, a guy can check up just a little bit and you're into him before you know it.
Elton Sawyer's view of it is this one. Ooh.
No matter how many times you see a rainy cloud, it's still there.
Big chassis adjustment there for Jeff Green. And he's back on track. We'll be right back to Hickory as the action is fast and furious. Highway transportation for the TNN crew provided by Cedar Ridge RV Center, Branchville, Pennsylvania. Call 1-800-988-4884 to see why Cedar Ridge is the choice of champions. We've just gone back to green, and it's a battle up front and in the middle of the field. 9th place. That's where Dirk Stevens has slid to, and Chad Little has come from 17th to 8th. Larry Pearson, the Stanley Tools car right there.
Well, Dirk got caught on the outside there and lost 5 or 6 positions so quickly, and David Green at the first part of the race, you remember, started on the pole and dropped all the way back to about 6th. Now he's back up at 4th place now.
Boy, if you get caught on that outside groove, it's a long way back before you can get in line. And here we thought all the passing would be done on the outside, buddy. It's not the case. They're driving in underneath to steal a spot away.
Well, the real part of the going around fast on the outside of the racetrack hadn't started yet. We don't have a lot of lap-over cars yet. When we start that, then you'll have to make the groove on the outside.
Like Sadler's doing right now as he laps L.W. Miller. Here come the other 2 leaders, Benson and Setzer.
I think Setzer may have the fastest car on the racetrack, but he cannot get by Benson right now. He tried just a second ago on the outside and couldn't make it stick. You see David Green coming up, though. He's in 4th place, and he's actually catching Setzer and those guys pretty quick now.
There's Green on the right side of your screen in the red car. Slim Jim 44. Moving past the Universe uniforms. Number 18.
Yeah, we heard some statistics this morning from some of his crew members. He started on the pole many, many times. I don't think he's ever won from the pole position.
13th time today. And no, he has not won from the pole yet.
Yes. He certainly got the race car today. He is moving right up on Setzer right now. He's in 4th place.
Battle about 14th spot. Mike McLaughlin, the Black Flag Chevrolet.
Robbie Reiser in the 17 there, the green car. Just behind them is the 08 of Bobby Dotter.
And I thought Dotter would run really well here, although we've not had an extended green flag run yet. Dotter's 08 was one of the better running V6 cars in the field as these cars battle for 12th place.
Well, Mike, if the V6 has anything going for it today, it will be a slick condition where you don't spin the wheels up off the corner. Right now they're hurting, though, as far as horsepower down the straightaway, I think.
So late in the race, they could be quite a factor.
I think so. I've run better here sometimes with engine trouble than I did when I had all the power that I needed.
Now, this car number 34, Mike McLaughlin, they went to Ace Speedway near Burlington, North Carolina, and they tested one day with a V6 and then one day with a V8. They thought their V8 was faster than their V6.
Well, you see Mike McLaughlin right there on the outside. That V6 is working him over, and he's doing it because he's getting better bites from right here out to the straightaway.
For the lead, Dennis Setzer. Now, see if he can sneak underneath Benson here, rather for 2nd place, excuse me.
Well, I think Setzer will make it stick. He'll be very conservative, come up out of the corner. He'll try to get him right there. Now he'll pick up the throttle right here and try to get the advantage down the straightaway. It's hard to beat a car that gets some momentum off the corner. The higher line has more speed as you exit the corner. But there he goes.
And David Green will try to do what everyone did to him when he got caught up in the high groove, get freight trained. So Benson might be able to slip in line after Green, depending on how long he battles him for the spot. Curtis Markham trying to move up.
Well, you can bet one thing. David Green will not try the outside groove. He tried that a while ago and lost 5 positions. So he's going to stay on the bottom of the racetrack as long as those tires will let him.
Watching from second on back as Hermie Sadler walks away with the lead in his DeWalt Power Tools Chevy. There's fifth place Curtis Markham. And Larry Pearson coming up to the field. There is Dirk Stevens.
Whoa! Little touch there. Kevin LePage got in the left rear quarter of Larry Pearson. That don't bother Larry. He's run very well here in the past, and you see he's going right on with the program.
Larry with a couple of wins here. Mac Martin involved with a team that Max Prestwood won a big championship with here at Hickory in '84 and '85. Mac was co-owner, and he owns Larry Pearson's car now.
Larry won the race in Darlington just a few weeks back, and his father said he was so emotional he had to leave before the race was over. So this team's really there now, and Larry has won here in the past. I think he'll be a factor before the race is over.
I think you're right. He was one of the better running cars in practice. Here's David Green underneath Johnny Benson, series champ versus the point leader.
Well, he's got the preferred line now. Benson's running very well, but you see that car wiggle just a little bit out of the corner. It's very critical not to break the rear wheel loose out of the corner here.
And the similarity in paint jobs is entirely coincidental.
Yeah, one's a T-bag and the other's a Slim Jim. What a bad combination. Curtis Markham there in the Lassall car, he's moving up. As long as they run side by side and he can run his groove like he wants to, he'll gain on this position.
And he is. This is for third place. Give both these guys credit. They won't give up the position without a fight. It's none of this, oh, well, you go on and I'll just tack in behind you and ride. They're going to fight for it.
Yeah, but you see the fourth place car there of Curtis Markham, how much he's actually gaining, and that's only extending the lead for Hermie Sadler up in first place.
As we watch this, Jason Keller almost hit the front stretch wall, got real loose coming out of 4 and gathered it back up.
Ooh, Benson pulls down. He said, no, I won't back on the bottom. I see the outside, not the fastest. Curtis Markham had to check up just a little bit. Benson said, I'm going back to the bottom, boy.
Third, fourth, and fifth. That's what we're watching here. At the lead, Hermie Sadler has been caught by Dennis Setzer, who by consensus is right now the quickest car on the racetrack.
Yes, well, he knows so much about this racetrack. Look at his groove as he passes lap-over cars. He's going to the outside there, really not binding the car up or anything like that. Hermie Sadler, on the other hand, is right on the very bottom of the racetrack, and it looks like Setzer's catching him quite fast now.
Pull up on Johnny Chapman, who's now behind the wheel of his own number 70. Patty Moise started that car. And they have lapped Jeff Green in the Goodwrench number 3. Oh, Chapman's not getting out of the way. Now he moves up the racetrack.
Well, if they move anywhere, that's where you want them to go right now, is up the racetrack. That gives you the preferred line around the racetrack.
Oh, and Green turns around the number 15, and David Green just misses him by an inch or less. Well, now what happened? And that one started about a lap before it finished. That's Jerry Nadeau, who had a very, very impressive run in the Barber Saab IMSA series in the number 15 Bus Fuses car. He was trying to follow the 2 leaders through underneath the 3 car and take advantage of that move over flag. Finally got down into line, and then Jeff Green got into him, and Nadeau got a welcome to Busch Series racing. But got away without any further damage. So we are under caution for the 3rd time today for Jerry Nadeau's spin. We'll be right back.
Today's exclusive coverage of the SunDrop 400 on TNN is brought to you by Hardee's. Get made-from-scratch biscuits fresh from the kitchen at Hardee's.
Well, we're set to go back to racing, but the action continues in the pits. Now, first of all, I'll show you what happened. Watch the number 15 car top of your screen.
Woo!
Welcome to Busch Series
That
racing.
was a little more than casual contact there, but I think it was because he got in the way, really and truly.
Very, very crowded condition on pit road. And that is why Curtis Markham, who was running in 5th, is all the way tail end on the field. He made a second pit stop for left side tires, got blocked in, could not get out of his pit at all, and is on the tail end. of the lead lap.
Well, I tell you what, this is coming into pits here and it's just like trying to take the lead away from somebody. I mean, it's been very, very... there comes Elton Sawyer, and he's still got the weight jack wrench in the back of the car there.
And they're going to put right side tires on the car again. Johnny Rumley is in the lead. He's in the Big Johnson T-shirt car. First time Rumley has led a Busch race since he won here October 93.
Mike, he's been running in the top 5 to 6th, 7th place all the whole race. This is a very good race car, and this guy knows how to win here, so he's going to be something to deal with.
Trouble in 4. Around goes the 64 of Dirk Stevens off the front bumper of Bobby Dotter, and the field scatters. We're back to caution.
I see something standing up in another race car there. Maybe that might have saved... was that Fuller's car that had the weight jacker in it?
I'm not sure.
Maybe not.
Folks, the cautions come fast and furious here. It's one of the fun things about Hickory. I told the Charlotte Observer last week they have about 200 wrecks in this race. They just throw the caution for the 50 worst ones.
Nobody's told these other guys that Dirk Stevens got a camera in that car. We might have some evidence on this.
On that last caution, everybody was in the pits. And as there is no pit wall here at Hickory, you can see there is Hermie Sadler pulling out.
Curtis Markham had to sit there until the light changed almost to get out. I've never seen anything like it. They're two abreast here.
Parallel parking.
Some of the guys can't get out of the pits until they back up and try to get by everybody.
Yeah, here's Rodney Combs. Oop, clunk.
Well,
yeah,
he's bringing a tire with him.
Couple of them.
Man.
Crowded condition. And there is no viable backstretch pits here at Hickory, so everybody, there's a lot of give and take here on pit road to get everything done. Let's show you what Elton Sawyer saw of that incident. There goes Stevens around. Where are we going?
That looked like Bobby Dotter might have got into the left rear corner in just a little bit.
And I saw there on the replay, you were right, there was a wrench sticking up out of the left rear of Jeff Fuller's car.
A break for him. He got it out of there.
Yeah. And didn't stop to do it. It just kind of removed itself, or did it? Jeff Green on pit road. And there's the reason why.
Boy, he's running hot. You can see the steam coming out of the back there. They put that where it'll steam out the back so it don't get under the tires.
Yeah, not on your own tires.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. Let's check with Randy.
Well, you know, the 3 car is not the only one that's run hot. Really early on when Hermie Sadler had about a 12 or 15 car length lead, his water temp started to rise as well as we get ready to go back green here. But there were several other cars having trouble. But they're feeling some tape off the grill to try and get a little more air in there as we get back to green.
Thanks, Randy. Jeff Green back on the speedway. Johnny Rumley won here in October 93. Glenn Jarrett asked him when we came back here, Johnny, did you get a lot of phone calls after you won here? You know, people want you to drive their car. Johnny said, no. That's just what he told him. And but he has run well here when he's had a chance in a competitive car.
Boy, we got a rat race right here for second right now. You can see Pete Silva there in the 11 car. He's in second. Dennis Setzer on the outside, Johnny Benson Jr. right there in 4th place. They're going to start pushing and shoving. Here comes Hermie Sadler right up under Johnny Benson on the inside.
Yeah, Silva in the Ingalls Chevrolet either had a quick stop or did not stop on that prior caution.
You see Chad Little in the 23 car just behind these cars is in the fray now, too. This is a very good race car. He's won twice this year already.
It'll be fun to watch Silva here. He's quite a racer. He's from Waterville, Maine. Came down here about 10 years ago to run late models. Try to break into Busch racing. He's had the occasional ride on this series, and on the shorter tracks does well. Look at him take the advantage on Setzer here in that number 11.
Oh, he's not a pushover. He knows this racetrack, and he's very good here. But this is 2 by 2 by 2 as we go along here. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th are just running door handle to door handle right now.
Silva is 47 years old, oldest driver in this field. In second place, behind Johnny Rumley.
See Dennis Setzer there. He got caught on the outside, and he's really not making the position. Chad Little's one on the move right now. He's on the inside of Johnny Benson there trying to take over 4th. fifth, rather.
At number 23, Harris Teeter Ford, they are really ganging up behind Pete Silva, who's driving the Jack Ingram car. It's his 19th Busch Series start at Hickory. He has 7 top 10s, 4 fourth-place finishes.
Hermie Sadler has finally cleared him on the outside there, and Silva's holding a very good line around the bottom. But right now, it looks like maybe they got him pinched down. His car doesn't handle quite as well on the bottom of the racetrack.
So Chad Little works his way around. Here comes David Green in the 44. Larry Pearson, and it's Dennis Setzer who is pinned in behind Silva, who's going to go back 3 or 4 spots.
Yeah, just behind him, Robbie Reiser's not going to leave him a lot of room. Dennis Setzer finally gets on the outside of Silva there, trying to make his run again.
So a brief shining moment for Pete Silva at the front of the field here, as now Setzer goes past and Robbie Reiser goes to work. We are 1/3 distance here at Hickory. 100 laps of 300 are complete. We'll be right back after this. For more information about Featherlight trailers, call 1-800-800-1230. Featherlight is the official trailer of NASCAR. Under caution, Johnny Rumley makes a pit stop. And the caution is out for Johnny Chapman's spin at turn 2. David Green's car, or rather Jeff Green's car, has been parked. And since there's not room to get the cars into the haulers here at Hickory, they park them right behind the front stretch wall, which is one of the safer places to be here.
I don't know. I'm kind of worried about Randy down there. Boy, I'm telling you, a parking lot, that place is not down there.
Show you what happened to bring out this caution. The 5th one today.
That's Chapman there. Everybody gets by.
Here's how Elton Sawyer saw it.
Like Jim Bow may have given him just a little help there.
Possible. I think Elton is carrying the it all happens in front of me today camera.
Yeah, it seems that way. Jim Bound got in the left rear. This is a race back to the flag here. You see Romney go in the corner really hard there. Hermie Sadler just pulled him about a half a car length before they get back to the flag.
Boy, that's good, clean racing.
Yes, it is. Good short track racing.
Bobby Daughter's sponsor, Hyde Tools, is going to have a big Spirit Day up in Southbridge, Mass. It's coming up just before the New Hampshire race on May 10th. Bobby Daughter will be up there. So will Johnny Benson, Chad Little, Curtis Markham, Dennis Setzer, Jason Keller, Tim Fedewa, Robbie Reiser, and some other folks from both the Busch and the Featherlight Modified Tour Series. That's in Southbridge, Mass at the Southbridge Airport for the Rotary Club. Should be a lot of fun. Hope you can join us up there. Well, then let's restart this.
Here we go. Hermie got a good jump there. Goes down on the bottom part of the racetrack. That's Elton Sawyer. He's a lap down already. He's had some problems.
Could not get a lap back. He made an extra stop for tires after they had just dropped the green 2 caution flags ago. So the Ford credit Ford is 1 lap down.
Wow, Johnny Benson's getting under Hermie Sadler now, coming out of the corner. Oh, moves him over just a little bit.
Benson goes to the front. Chad Little up to 2nd place. Battle for 3rd, side by side. On the outside is Sadler, 3 wide off the corner. Here comes Pearson, dive, bombing the bottom. And he's stuck behind the lap car for the moment. Moves up, moves Mike Dillon out of the way, and here comes Larry Pearson, the 92. What a move down the backstretch he pulled.
Boy, Larry's very, very smooth in traffic. You see him running along here. That's the 92 car there. That's Larry Pearson. That boy is so smooth back on the throttle. He reminded me of father, David Pearson. David was always good on slick track.
Battle for the points as well here. Johnny Benson is the point leader. Chad Little, 111 points back, is 3rd. Terry Labonte is 2nd in points, not here today, and not a contender for the championship as he does not run all the Busch races. Also a Chevy versus Ford battle up front here.
Yep, here comes Chad Little on the inside. Whoa, little touch there.
Just a little.
Just enough to say, I'm down here, and I will try you again in a second.
Here's your Napa Field standing update. Napa, we keep America running. Here's how they're running.
I see Larry Pearson there. He's starting to check that outside line for 4th place there. As I'm speaking, Chad Little goes for the lead into turn 3.
Boy, did he throw it in there hard.
Well, he'll make that spot. That car is getting in the corner. That's his power right now. Here comes Hermie Sadler up under Benson right now.
Johnny Benson's going to, you get freight train here is bad, just like you do at Talladega, except instead of everybody lining up in the draft to do it, here they just line up in the bottom lane.
Well, I'm sure Johnny Benson knows it's early in the race. Don't do anything foolish right now. There's only 5 cars in the group up there, so he can wait just a second, maybe check up and get back in line and start picking them off on the bottom. Oh!
David Green gets into the side of Benson. Casual contact.
Yeah, a might casual.
And here comes Pearson.
Larry Pearson on the bottom side of the racetrack. This car is getting tremendous forward fight up out of the corner.
Robbie Reiser is slowed on the back straightaway and will go to the pits.
Here goes Pearson. I tell you, he's looking that outside over. He's got a very, very fast race car, but he better watch. That's the only blind spot coming up out of the corners like that. If you're not up where they know you're there, they'll pull right into you.
The entire cockpit of Robbie Reiser's car is filled with smoke. That's why he's come into the pits, and they're looking under the hood. 124 laps complete here at Hickory, North Carolina, the Busch Series' shortest track, and certainly one of its most action-packed. Chad Little leads this race. Hermie Sadler in second. Johnny Benson in third. David Green is fourth and fifth. There they all are on your screen. Larry Pearson. Doug Havron in sixth. Bobby Donner in seventh. At 126 laps, we'll take this break from Hickory and be right back. A couple of good battles developing at different ends of the racetrack. This one for third, Johnny Benson, David Green, right side of your screen with Larry Pearson. Very hotly contested for third spot amongst the front runners. Hermie Sadler laps some traffic. And a bit further back, Randy Porter, as Kevin LePage comes into the pit smoking from the right front. Little body damage. He got into the side of, I believe it was Dirk Stevens. No, it was Mike McLaughlin, excuse me. And bent up the right front corner of that car. And also, let me correct, that was not a jacking bolt wrench standing up out of Jeff Fuller's car. It is rather the radio antenna.
Mike, as you see right now, Chad Little, I don't think he's running a race this year in Busch Grand National. He hadn't led a good portion of the race. This is a good race team. He was offered a Winston Cup ride earlier this week, turned it down because he's so much in favor of this race team.
Several changes on the senior circuit coming up. Talk a little bit about that later on, because right here is where some of those car owners are looking to find that next driver.
Boy, I tell you what, they're looking right now to find people that are really good qualifiers, because getting in races anymore, and forget how well you run in the race. They feel like they can put a race car under people and tighten them up in a race, but you need that guy that can hang it out and get in the show.
And Mike Hill, who runs the Hooters team, is here this weekend, and he is looking at driver talent. Now here's Tracy Leslie. Remember, he qualified that car, or rather here, let's go to Dennis Setzer battling Curtis Markham once again, just behind Tracy Leslie.
Well, as you well know, these two cars can run up front, but they're caught back and have bad track position right now, so they have to work their way back to the front and hope that these guys don't get around and put them a lap down.
Randy Porter out of Greenville, South Carolina, that black number 48, still looking for a major sponsor, but he battles Mike McLaughlin for 13th position. He's got a V6.
Jim Bound's car has kind of got some gouges and nicks in it, but the car is running very well. Jim Bound gets around this racetrack quite well.
He wants to sit on the pole here, I believe.
Oh, yeah. He's run well this year.
Third place. It's heating up.
Ow!
Happy Easter. Don't crack those eggs.
Did they wabbit?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I tell you, Larry Pearson's on a drive right now. Momentum, that's a funny thing. A guy can go years and not win. Win like he did at Darlington. Momentum's on his side. The team's really working well. That race car's coming up.
From Chad Little on back, there's that battle for third place. Hermie Sadler sits second. There's Sadler's yellow car, and here's the race for third.
Boy, Pearson's got it working on the outside. He's not afraid to put her out there. Johnny Benson's getting good drive out. He might have just did that to get him to looking in the mirror.
Remember, this battle's for third. And this one is for 7th place. Dirk Stevens in 64, the Duraloop car. Underneath Doug Hebron in 35. And here comes Dennis Setzer trying to find his way back.
That car hooking up off the corner. Dennis Setzer gained 2-3 car lengths coming right up out of the corner on the cars he's racing.
Just ahead of this group is Bobby Dotter. All these cars are on the lead lap. Curtis Markham's coming up into that fray as well. Third place side by side. Pearson's going to get there.
I don't know. Benson's not going to roll over for him, I can tell you that. He's going to make him earn it. The fans love it. They're starting to jump up on in the stands here. Good racing here at Hickory. You can count on it.
Benson hangs on.
Yeah, he's got to be careful David Green don't get back under him. He's got to be very careful. You know, you can make that move to the outside a few times, but if you ever get that front fender up the side of him, Pearson will be in trouble.
Larry Pearson did not even lead any of the first 4 races this year, but he's led every one of them since and won at Darlington. Now here's your leader, Chad Little, in 23, the Harris Teeter car, and he's getting into traffic.
And he's fixing to put Johnny Rumley a lap down. Just a few minutes ago, Johnny Rumley was up front, leading the race. As you can see right now, he's very close to getting a lap down. That's what track position will do here.
Yes, exactly, buddy. On the last caution flag, Rumley stopped for tires. 38 races. Chad Little's trying to become the first Ford to win a Busch race at Hickory. Halfway next time by. Oh, this goes fast.
Boy, I'm telling you what, blinking is just about over. I'll tell you, you can see the 25 car there, Rumley, though. Chad Little's not really closing that much on him. Just in the corner, getting into the corner. This 23 car of Chad Little's is awesome.
Rumley won't go down without a fight. He's got a good running race car. He's got 2 tires on it that are fresher than Chad's. And he knows if he's going to have any chance today, he's got to stay on the lead lap.
Well, he'll have to use them for Chad Little's flying right now. You see Chad's got the preferred line on the bottom there. I would say that Rumley's in trouble right now.
Rumley's going to fight him into the corner and hope to catch the lap cars. Now, for 2nd place, Pearson coming against Hermie Sadler.
Boy, oh boy, Pearson making it work right on the bottom of the racetrack, getting that good drive out of the corner.
And Benson has slid back to 5th.
Oh, gets a little help from Sadler getting in the corner there.
That's power tools versus hand tools there. You plug it in and you see what happens. He plugged it into Larry Pearson that time, and everybody straightens out and goes on.
That's David Green in the 44 and Johnny Benson Jr. in the 74 car there. They're fighting for position right now.
Going to put a lap on the Luxair 99 of Phil Parsons. That'll leave us 19 cars on the lead lap.
Well, Mike, just comparing the power plants today, I say the V8 must have an advantage that the V6 cannot compromise with. I think you will see the V6 just kind of phase out.
Yeah, we have now run 50 laps without a caution. And on the lead lap, the highest running V6 is Bobby Dotter, who is just barely in the top 10. We'll be right back. You're wondering where Glenn Jarrett is, who lives in Hickory and is usually with us on these broadcasts. He's watching from Saugus Speedway in Santa Clarita, California. Tonight, Glenn will bring us the Scott Irvin Chevrolet presents the Craftsman 200 NASCAR Super Truck Series event from Saugus, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, folks, so stay up late, and you'll see the Super Trucks live here on TNN.
Well, let me tell you one thing. This is a great race at Hickory, but those trucks put on one heck of a race, too, so you tune in. You will not be disappointed. Boy, Chad Little's making this thing look easy right now, Mike, but I believe if Larry Pearson ever gets up to him, I think he can run just as fast, but he got caught up in traffic and not be able to close up on him.
Now David Green and Johnny Benson continue their battle. That's now for 3rd place. behind Chad Little and Larry Pearson. Green is third. And the 74, Benson, is fourth. Let's take you back through the field here graphically. As we watch this battle continue, they work their way around to number 11 of Pete Silva.
You know, earlier we heard that the one car of Hermie Sadler was running hot. It might just be getting into trouble right now because he is dropping off the pace, and at one time that thing was like a rocket ship here. I'm not sure whether he's running hot or not, but he's certainly not able to run with the leaders right now.
Remember, didn't Randy tell us at the top of the show that he had some bent push rods in that car after practice that they changed? Don't know if that could be contributing to the problem or not.
Well, Dennis Setzer just went by him so easily just now for the spot. You can see just goes right on by. Seems that Hermie Sadler does not have the straightaway speed that he had earlier in the race.
And the black flag is out for Randy Porter, the Greenville, South Carolina driver. Don't know the reason. Although he got up into another car a lap or two ago, and there was some pretty heavy contact.
Boy, if they had stopped everybody to touch somebody today, there wouldn't be anybody on the racetrack.
It's true. So Porter will take the black flag penalty and fall off the lead lap. Tough break. And while he's in, they'll put left side tires on his Ford. Rodney Combs also coming pit side under green in the World Championship Wrestling, number 43.
You see Dennis Setzer in the 59 car here. He's on a steady run towards the front, but he has terrible track position at the moment and not able to close down on the lead cars fast enough. Right now he's almost full turn behind the lead car, but he is making some headway towards the front.
So straightaway back. All right, buddy, you're Dennis Setzer. You're straightaway behind the leader. Are you trying to catch him, or are you trying to run with what you've got, stay on the lead lap, and then try to make a stop and make the car better?
Well, right now he's thinking about getting back in that good position, so if they do stop, that he's up with the lead cars and have good track position to make that run at the end.
There's Hermie Sadler working his way around Johnny Rumley, who has now gone one lap down. 178 laps complete here at Hickory, the shortest track on the circuit. Certainly one of the most action-packed. We have been caution-free now for about 70 laps. I think that could be a record.
I know one thing. As you can see, Chad Little's car is really getting into the corners well. That's Randy Porter. He just stopped a second ago. I would imagine his temperament not too good right now if he got a black flag to touch him, because every car out here looks like it's been gnawed on.
Just a bit. You know, they say Ford's never won a Busch race here at Hickory. Junior Johnson won 4 Winston Cup races here in 4 different makes of cars. Oldsmobile in 55, Ford in 59, Chevy in 60, and Pontiac in 61.
Proving it's not the era, it's the Archer.
Very spoken like a true driver.
There you go.
Yes, you are. Junior's the Grand Marshal for today's race.
I believe some of these statistics are going out if we go in the green all the way to the end, because I tell you right now that Chad Little is flying. But Larry Pearson is closing in. He's within a half a turn now.
Riding with Elton Sawyer behind Mike McLaughlin. There's Rodney Combs to the inside with fresh tires in the 43. 15 cars on the lead lap. Still quite a competitive race here at Hickory. Reiser makes a pit stop, comes back out. Heavy traffic here. Almost 3 wide. Rodney with those fresh tires right down the bottom, and you see a little bump and thump go on there.
You see Curtis Markham's car there. It was jumping sideways again, coming up out of the corner. He's having a time with it.
5th place battle. Battle?
Battle. That wasn't much of a battle. Dennis Setzer's on the march towards the front.
If you blinked, you missed it. Yeah, Setzer is coming toward the front. He's going to pull down on, there's David Green, bottom of your screen. As they move past Doug Hebron's number 35, which stayed in the top 10 for much of the day here, still is, in fact.
Mike, you asked me a question a while ago. What is Dennis Setzer thinking right now? Catch the 23. You can see what his strategy is. The fastest car wins here.
Now here's Randy Porter trying to get a lap back from Chad Little. Remember, Porter made a pit stop and has fresh tires. Very talented young driver. Trouble in 1. Against the wall is Johnny Rumley. Caution is out at lap 188.
Larry Pearson had pulled down to about 5 car lengths behind our leader, Chad Little, before this caution come out. I imagine he didn't want to see a caution.
Now, the break will go to whoever does not get blocked in on pit road.
Oh.
Pit road is closed for the moment on this first lap of caution until the pace car gathers up the field. And everybody, it looks like, is at the ready with tires.
Man, oh man. You talk about a crew making a difference. A lot of times you hear a driver say, I won at Hickory. No, it's we won at Hickory.
Well, the guy in the best shape right now is Johnny Benson. He has the last pit position. Here they come. Everybody except Rumley is on pit road.
The reason Rumley didn't come in, he's a lap down, so he has to wait till next time by Mike to come in. All the cars you see stop now are on the lead lap.
Randy's at the far end of pit road.
Well, this is the most unusual pit road I've certainly ever had a chance to call. They're all going to the right side. It is very, very tight in these pits, as we documented already. Right side on the left-in T Chevy. Same for the right side of the Slim Jim. They come around to the left-hand side. It's going to be 4 tires all the way around. 23 car Chad Little gets squeezed. He gets out first. Still working on the 44 car. Larry Pearson follows him out. There goes the 44 car behind him here. Almost clips him. Wow.
Very close here along pit road, and Hermie Sadler is blocked in and gets into some of Bobby Donner's pit stall there. And it's close, but everybody gets out. Lap down cars now coming onto pit road. We'll sort out how they come out of the pits when we come back to Hickory after this.
Today's exclusive coverage of the SunDrop 400 on TNN is brought to you by the more than 1,000 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts.
Getting set to go back to green. Here's how they came off pit road. Here's who's on the lead lap. Chad Little, David Green. Then in third, Johnny Benson as they take the restart. Fourth, Dennis Setzer. In fifth, Mike McLaughlin got a good pit stop. Sixth is Dirk Stevens. Seventh, Hermie Sadler. Eighth, Tracy Leslie. Ninth is Larry Pearson, who did not get a good stop. 10th is Jason Keller. 11th is Jim Bound. 12th is Jeff Fuller. 13th is Bobby Donner. And 14th on the lead lap is Curtis Markham. What happened to Larry Pearson's stop, Randy?
The road is so congested down here that they, where they placed their pit boxes is way deep in the pit. They could not reach the right side tires with their air wrenches. Got only 2 lugs tight. Had to come back in and tighten them up again. Pit road is really something here.
Tough break for Larry Pearson, but he is gaining ground.
Boy, oh boy. I think he may have had the fastest car on the racetrack, but right now, bad track position.
198 laps complete, 102 to go. Anybody's ball game. 1 lap down are the cars of Mike Dillon, Pete Silva, the 55 of Tim Fedewa, the 99, that's Phil Parsons, along with Kevin LePage and Doug Hebron.
You see Chad Little here. He's really handling quite well, but David Green is right on his back bumper. And as you see, Johnny Benson Jr. moving in there in 3rd place, trying to take the 2nd spot away.
You got to like Johnny Benson. You interview him, and he comes off just like Clark Kent. And then he hops in the car, and he must put on the cape.
I tell you, we just talked about that today, Mike. He looked like every guy next door to you. You know, the guy that would holler over, need anything from the store, but buddy, when he gets in this race car, he's 100% racer.
Benson, the leader in the point standings by 111 over Chad Little among the full-time Busch Series drivers.
You see the first 3 cars here, and that car you see darting into the picture there, that's Dennis Setzer. He's on the move, running 4th and catching the leaders fast.
So David Green pulling out just a little bit of a margin right there on Johnny Benson. You call a car like any margin at all. Boy, it's really getting heated up toward the back of the pack, too, with 14 cars left on the lead lap. Back straight away. Check out this pile. And a pile it is.
Boy, no time to rest on a short track. No matter what position you're in, you have plenty of competition.
There's Pearson trying to move toward the front. Rodney Combs with him. Jason Keller battling Tracy Leslie. Mike McLaughlin and Kevin LePage fighting it out. And here, look at this pack for 9th place. Jim Bound in the 51 trying to hold off Bobby Dotter, Jeff Fuller, and Curtis Markham.
Curtis Markham's had a fast race car all day long, but bad track position after every stop. He's been pinned in nearly every time he stopped.
These 4 cars have been under a blanket like this for the last 8 laps. Now, something here has got to give. This is like a watch that's wound too tight watching this pack.
Bobby Dotter said, I'm going to try to get out of this before it happens.
In fact, these cars are gaining ground on Tracy Leslie.
See Bobby Dotter, he's a V6 there. He's getting good forward bite up out of the corner. He's running very well. Curtis Markham in 63 there. Jim Bounce caught on that outside line. The 12 car there, that's the Dillon car. Richard Childress' son-in-law there.
And Jeff Fuller's on the lead lap, but he's caught on the outside now. From Elton Sawyer's car, you're looking forward at the pack we're just talking about. That's Doug Hebron on the left. The 35 car.
You see Jeff Fuller in the Sunoco car there. Mike, he's about 2 months from really fitting into everything with the Busch Grand National cars. He's got the talent. He's run modified. What he's doing right now is seat time, but this guy will win in these cars before too long.
New team, new organization. Look at everybody sliding around up out of turn 2 there. It wasn't a straight car in frame. Everybody was sideways somehow there.
That's why these grandstands are always full. There's action, whether it be in the front or middle part of the race or all the way in the back of the pack. There's racing all the way around here.
Now here comes Sawyer down on the bottom of the racetrack. Remember, he's a lap down, but now he's pinned in behind L.W. Miller, and all those cars he worked so hard to pass on the bottom have a chance to get around him on the outside. And this group is about 10 seconds behind race leader Chad Little. But fighting hard. And all on the lead and on the lead lap.
How about Elton saying, man, it's tough everywhere? Yeah. Well, he knows it is because he's a weekly runner, and he knows it's tough no matter whether it's on Talladega or Hickory or where.
So that battle decided for the moment. As up front, it's Chad Little, David Green, Johnny Benson, and Dennis Setzer. The front 4 nose to tail here at Hickory. Welcome back to Hickory, North Carolina. Mike Joy with Buddy Baker and Randy Pemberton here with you on a beautiful Easter weekend. And some great racing here. 74 laps to go. Chad Little started 17th. 5 of these 8 races here have been won by drivers starting outside the top 10. Little started 17th. As we said at the top of the show, buddy, qualifying's only 1 lap. You got to make this car work for 300.
Well, Mike, one thing about qualifying, that's with nobody else out there. Good race car set up in a little higher groove. They get the car where it'll turn in the center of the corner. And race setup's a lot different than what you qualify.
Considerably.
See Johnny Benson there. He's all over the back of the 44 car of David Green.
And he knows Green is going to be one of the people he'll have to beat to win that championship. Benson, the series point leader in 74. Chad Little works his way around Tim Fedewa. They're right behind him, 2nd and 3rd. And Dennis Setzer closing in. There's
Dennis
Setzer.
seemed to run it. Whoa, boy, I tell you what, our camera car, Dirk Stevens, has the tire flat on the left rear, it looks like.
Stevens was running 7. Had a chance for his best career finish. And now he is holding up the pack coming out of turn 2 on the bottom.
Here comes Benson up under the bottom now, trying to take the 2nd spot away.
A lot of traffic. Heavy traffic.
Whoa!
Squeeze play, and Benson does it.
That's not exactly taking it easy for the points. He wants to win the race. The heck with the points. If you win the race, the points will take care of themselves.
Don't call Johnny Benson one of the Pointer sisters.
You got it.
No way. Not with that move. Dirk Stevens finally makes it to the pits. Dennis Shoemaker's crew replaces left side tires. Tough break. It'll drop him off the lead lap. Close call for the leaders. Still a lot of traffic.
Well, Benson right now is running very, very well. He seems to have a very fast car. Just in front of him in the 23 car there, that's Chad Little, the leader. David Green is quick too, though.
Fastest car on the racetrack, buddy, I think, is Dennis Setzer.
He's trying to pass on the outside. He's in the 59 car, the black one there.
Yeah, he's coming hard. So 65 laps to go. There's second, third, and fourth. Nose to tail in race traffic. How will this sort out? Trouble in two. Around goes Curtis Markham, but he gets it going again, and we are under caution. The run back to the flag. He's right in front of race leader Chad Little. And now everybody has the caution flag. Curtis Markham did a quick spin in turn number 2, grabbed a gear and got going again, but the caution flag had come out. So now we'll take a break from Hickory. We'll be right back.
Today's exclusive coverage of the SunDrop 400 on TNN is brought to you by Pep Boys Automotive Super Center.
Caution out here at Hickory, North Carolina for the 7th time. It's time for the Pep Boys driver profile. Pep Boys for quality parts, tires, and service. Greenville, South Carolina's Jason Keller has had a steering wheel in his hand since the age of 14. This is his second full year on the Busch circuit.
Like a lot of them, I started out in go-karts and I moved to local dirt tracks around the southeast and then moved to the NASCAR Off-Road Series, which was originally the All-American Challenge Series, and it's a great stepping stone for me. We got to travel around a lot, see a lot of different racetracks, different style racetracks, and to go to Daytona and some of those places, I'm still new to those, and we like to get back to short track racing.
Keller debuted in Busch racing in '91, ran 4 races in '92 and 13 in '93 before joining the circuit full-time last season when he posted 3 poles and 1 top 5 finish.
When I was looking to come into Busch racing, nobody gave me a chance, so if I wanted to be here, I had to make my own place here, you know, and I was lucky enough with family support and to put together a team like I have. Jason Keller didn't do it on his own. He's got a wonderful family and a very big family support as far as my mom, my dad, you know, and my wife, and that's what our team's all about, family.
Jason Keller, who is 5th in points coming into this race as we take the restart green. 59 laps to go. Lap cars on the outside, and around goes Rumley. He and Larry Pearson got together. Will they get free?
Yes.
And we stay green. 3 wide into turn 3. Something's got to give. Ooh, it was the left side of Pearson's car. That was not pretty.
Neither is the front of Larry Pearson's car, but we have bumping and gouging for the lead right now. Johnny Benson got under Little coming out of the corner.
Turn 4. Mike Dillon goes around. Well, they're crashing at every end of the racetrack.
Don't come down now, buddy.
Race back to the flag. Chad Little will lead them around. Lap 244. Caution again. Mike Dillon got together with somebody, but with all the bent fenders on this racetrack, there's no way to pick out who. Well, let's show you the first one that did not promote the caution flag. Watch 92, and right smack in the middle there, 25.
He just gets into the side of Rumley just a little bit. They smack a couple of times. The 72 of Tracy Leslie went on the bottom to avoid both cars.
And then, well, Dillon and Doug Hevron may or may not have got together. But certainly the 12 car ended up in the vents.
I think it was a little more than casual. They touched, yeah.
Okay, we'll take a break and sort it all out and be right back to Hickory. Is this the action track or what? Today's AutoZone Tech Fact is brought to you by the more than 1,000 AutoZone stores across America. Here's Randy.
Well, we just gone back to green here in the SunDrop 400. You know, a new NASCAR rule here. They've added 40 pounds to the right side of these Busch cars. You remember at the beginning of the season. They jacked the weight up to 3,300 pounds in these cars to make them closer to resemble Winston Cup cars. The problem they were having was the minimum weight on the right side was 1,480 pounds. And because some of these cars were 2 and 3 years old, they were having trouble getting the weight down on the right side of the cars, and teams were starting to cut and put holes in. And so to make sure that they didn't compromise safety, NASCAR went ahead and boosted the weight 40 pounds on the right side. So now the least the cars can weigh on the right side is 1,520 pounds. Back to racing.
Thanks, Randy. That's today's AutoZone Tech Back, brought to you by AutoZone. Buddy boy, weight, bias, percentage, no more important than it is right here.
I'll tell you, Chad Little just staved off one of the biggest things that ever put on him right then. You talk about a guy sticking to that outside, taking the bad line around the racetrack and making the most of it. Chad Little held off Johnny Benson Jr. trying to take the lead from him from the outside. That's the first time today anybody's done that.
What an impressive piece of driving by Chad Little, and what an aggressive shot at the lead by Johnny Benson. I want to see one more restart just to see what happens.
Here comes Hermie Sadler on the outside.
Oh, Benson. Oh, David Green.
Not good.
Caution. Everybody gets away except Dennis Setzer. Wow. Lap 254. This is the 9th caution, I believe. Yes. Back to the flag uneventfully.
Mike, you can't really blame anyone there. They were 3 wide down the front straightaway. Somebody had to give. Nobody gave. They got in the side of each other, and around they went.
Look at the wheel marks on leader Chad Little's car, and that is one of the least damaged cars here. Let's show you what happened, folks.
Well, they get together coming out of turn 4 there. You see, Dennis Setzer took the low line, got in the side of the 44 car, and away they go.
Yeah, Setzer was already going for the bottom when David Green decided to, and there just was not room. See, now here's Setzer making the move as Benson checks up. David Green goes down there. Setzer's already there, and they get together.
Oh, that's too bad. I tell you, these guys have raced their heart out right now. Track positions, everything, and they're bad track position for Dennis Setzer.
See, Setzer gets spun around here. If we can stay on this. Now he's facing traffic. Here comes all the traffic. Setzer's car on the left side. There's no way he can get spun around and going again without taking cars out. He's got to wait.
Johnny Benson was very, very lucky. He got hit in the left rear corner, caught his car back. David Green went to the inside to miss him as he was correcting his car. Dennis Setzer got in the left rear corner.
Folks, if you do this to your Easter eggs, they better be hard-boiled. You're going to have a real mess.
There's your classic short track car.
That's right. Getting set for the restart at lap 257. Well, I said I wanted to see one more restart just to see what had happened. We're going to get it.
Boy, oh boy, I tell you what, if you have anything now, you better use it.
Setzer is the last car on the lead lap now. Tail end Charlie on the inside lane. Paramount Ford pace car sprints away. Chad holds him down and now comes down the front straightaway full throttle. Benson right with him. Hermie Sadler, and around goes Hebron. Doug Hebron spins. Johnny Rumley spins, and 2 cars crash at the back of the field. Jim Bound and Tracy Leslie. Caution again. Welcome to Championship Demolition Derby on TNN.
Tracy Leslie got a lot of damage to the right front corner of his car. He'll have to come in and work on that boy.
Oh, I think he smacked the radiator on that one, buddy. It looked like there was a big puddle.
Yeah.
And now he was on the lead lap. Remember, that's a backup car. He destroyed the back end of his primary car yesterday. He will definitely bring the Detroit gasket car pit side. Ouch. We'll be right back.
Today's exclusive coverage of the SunDrop 400 on TNN is brought to you by Napa. We keep America running.
.38 laps to go here at Hickory, North Carolina, and they have been smashing the eggs here. Let's have a look at this week's Peerless Faucet Innovation in Motion Award, brought to you by Peerless. Get more out of your faucet than water.
Mike, you know, NASCAR is always looking for better and better parts for these race cars. I'm with Ray Hill, competition director for Busch Grand National Racing. He's got something that's really new and very good here.
Yes, buddy, this is the old style 390 carburetor that I'm holding in my hand here, which had the choke horn on it. A lot of modification had to be done to it. The core shift had got so bad over the years of making carburetors that there just wasn't any good ones left. Thanks to Holly and a lot of hard work on a lot of people, this new piece was cast without the choke horn, resulting not having to do a lot of work to the carburetor. It works real good right out of the box.
Well, you can see what a nice piece this is, how well everything's finished off there. That's very important. Anytime you can cut work down, that helps the race teams.
That's nice, the way those bowls are radius there. It eliminates a couple of $100 of machine work for the engine builders on the previous style carburetor.
Well, I tell you what, anytime you save work on a race car, it's worthwhile.
Let's show you once again the reason for the caution as they race down into turn number 1. Down goes Doug Hebron. He and Mike McLaughlin got together. Now, where's Tracy Leslie
there
in this? There's Leslie coming and going out of frame before he got into the back of someone. Another angle. This from turn number 1. There you see the initial contact. And Leslie's car really got punched. There it is, the red car. Got tipped there, but no, later on down the racetrack, he ran into something hard and knocked the whole front end in on his race car. We're back under green. 34 laps to go.
Well, Mike, it's when his push comes to shove right now. No time to mess around. See Johnny Benson get sideways under Kevin LePage there. He's hard in the carburetor of that car, but it looks like Chad Willis gets super light up out of the corner.
All those hollies are flowing now as we're getting down to it here.
Well, after they changed the tires on the one car of Hermie Sadler, he seems to be back up to speed again. I don't know what the deal is, but he runs about 15 or 20 laps as well as anybody on the racetrack.
He's got a good run at a top 5 here and perhaps a chance to win it, but Chad Little is streaking away.
Well, I tell you what, he's like the carrot right now. The rest of them are the donkey trying to catch that carrot. He's out there and going away.
32 to go. And in 3 laps of green flag racing, Chad Little has a 5-car length lead. Benson is second, Sadler is third. In fourth now, Mike McLaughlin. He run for the black flag car, team 34. Fifth spot will be Jason Keller, 6th Larry Pearson, 7th David Green, 8th Bobby Dotter, 9th will be Curtis Markham, and 10th Jeff Fuller, the 2 rookies nose to tail. Then Dennis Setzer trying to come from all the way in the back.
I'll tell you one thing, Hermie Sadler is actually pulling down on Benson right now for the 2nd spot. The car is really handling well on the bottom of the racetrack, Mike, and you know yourself, if Hermie can make it stick there, he's got a race car that'll be tough to beat.
They're fighting 2nd and 3rd place. Dennis Setzer in 59. Remember, he spun down to the bottom of the racetrack. He is now right behind 10th place Jeff Fuller. And with 2 wide traffic and time running out on Setzer trying to get back to the front.
What he's got to worry about right now is not running over somebody, because that car is flying down in the corner, and some of them lap over cars that he's working on, and some of them that are still in the lead lap are not getting in the corner as well as Setzer.
The 2 rookies battle just in front of him. 63 is Markham, and 47 is Jeff Fuller. Markham started up in the top 5 here today. Setzer, no place to go. Fuller clears Curtis Markham. Almost. Almost. Now clears him. Nope, lapped car there. Balks him just a bit, Dillon. And Markham right back alongside, and Setzer nowhere to go. Again, 2nd place. Sadler working over the back of Johnny Benson.
I mean working him over. He's tried both sides right now. He's trying to get himself in position to get on the inside.
Chad Little's going to take all the Easter eggs home and hide them because he has disappeared.
Yeah, he's not going to get much camera time, but we're going to stay with the racing.
2nd and 3rd, then Kevin LePage, a lap car, and Dirk Stevens. Turn 2. Markham has spun around. And gets going again. No caution.
No caution. This is the deal.
Around front stretch, David Green. Caution flag.
David, put it in reverse and back across. Oh, no. He's going to go a lap down.
He does now. Could not get that car turned around. And the defending series champion, David Green, I think the gorilla got a hold of him by the neck and squoze.
Oh, boy. A lap down this close to the finish. Not too good.
11th caution of the day. 22 laps to go. We'll come back and show you what happened. Elton Sawyer on pit road with the hood up. We'll be right back. Well, they just dropped the green flag as Dennis Setzer dumps Jeff Fuller down in turn 1.
Oh, boy.
And Chad Little almost gets spun around as Kevin LePage wanted back on the lead lap as they came to the line. Well, that was neither pretty nor subtle.
Neither is this.
Johnny Chapman's
one
car.
used-up race car right there. Wow, I'm telling you what.
Gonna park
Is it a full moon?
It was last night.
As
That's
a matter
what it
of fact,
is.
I figured something was
Folks,
going on.
every short track race in the world, this is it's not just a superstition. When the full moon is out, everything wrecks. Randy?
Just to let you know, David Green came back in. He got two right side tires from NASCAR because he flat spotted him, but he went another lap down. David Green, the 94 champ, not having good luck, and here he comes once again down pit road. So 2 laps down for Green as he stands right now. They're going to work on the left side.
Johnny Chapman drags the whole right front suspension down pit road. There you can see the tire catching just a little bit of flame there as they try to get him repaired. There are now just 11 cars left on the lead lap. Here's what happened. It had already happened in the middle of the front straightaway.
Well, you called it a while ago, Mike. The 47 car of Jeff Fuller got touched going in the corner and turned it around, and all the race cars coming down in the corner like that. Look at this. Chad Little come very close to dumping right here. Yep. I'm telling you right now, that car is in bad shape. Kevin LePage would have had to give him a teddy bear if he'd have spun him out and him leading the race like that, trying to get a lap back.
That or the whole company.
The whole company. You got it.
Okay, let's try this again. 15 laps to go. Look at this. What a mess. Your local junkyard has better looking cars than some of these right now.
You know, Larry Pearson has been in several little bumps today, but he's back to 5th place already.
Yes. Let's ride with Dirk Stevens. He's on the outside of the second row behind Kevin LePage. Among those lap cars, grabs 3rd gear, goes for 4th. Back under green, 14 laps to go to settle this. And again, Chad Little gets away from Johnny Benson by a car length or 2. Big trouble back straightaway as Larry Pearson's car was in the air, but it came back down on 4 wheels and is still going.
Boy, he's dragging the whole right front corner there, though. That's a lot of damage to the right front corner of Larry Pearson's car.
And did it finally cut the tire down? Perhaps because Pearson goes to the tail of the field. What a tough break there. Setzer still trying to pound up through the pack. And now LePage trying to get his lap back, fussing with leader Chad Little down to the inside, turns him around. Benson slams into LePage.
Benson comes through untouched. Man.
I do not believe it.
Nor I.
These fellows are racing like they will never have a chance to race again.
Ooh.
LePage has been black flagged. And Little's car still sits in turn 3. He is now a lap down. Now LePage was trying to get a lap back from race leader Chad Little, who probably needs a lot more than just Bayer aspirin to fix this. Now there's the Larry Pearson deal. You saw his car up in the air.
Right over Doug Heveron's left side corner there.
That was because the 11 had slowed on the outside.
Here comes Kevin LePage on the bottom here. Chad Little on the outside, holding his line. Looks like Kevin just got into the left rear corner there. Johnny Benson smacks him pretty good with the right front corner there, but it don't seem to damage the car.
No. And Chad Little goes into the wall, and still Ford has never won here in a Busch Series race.
Oh, that's got to be
look at the rear end is
so
moved.
disappointing.
Impossible to tell from that angle because LePage was coming.
And
whether LePage pushed up the racetrack or whether Chad came down, there's no way to tell.
It did not look like the 23 car come down at all. It looked like he held his line. It looked like maybe Kevin got in there real hard trying to get his lap back. You still have to race even if you are a lap down, so that contact is bad.
There's Benson's car. Apparently the damage not that bad. Mike McLaughlin right behind him if Benson's car is damaged. Now there's the damage being repaired to LePage's car. If we pan right just a little, there's the Busch Series official saying you're not going anywhere for just a while yet.
Quite a bit of damage there on the right front corner. I don't know whether that's from a prior accident or not, but they made contact getting in the corner over there, no question about it.
They will restart this race with 7 to go. Now, Benson is the leader. Is the right front of his car damaged as Chad Little gets set to climb out? Mike McLaughlin, National Modified Champion. Second full year in the Busch Series is second. Hermie Sadler is third. Fourth, Jason Keller. Fifth, Bobby Dotter.
Mike, a lot of these cars have damage on the right front corner. I'm sure Johnny Benson right now is wondering, is this tire going to rub or not? This thing is not over, folks.
Light is on the caution car, although the starter has the green in hand. We'll have to go one more lap. Starter had the green flag in hand, but now gives the field 1 to go. Because we are inside of 10 laps to go, it's a down finger restart. You saw the starter pointing, which means it'll be single file.
Mike, he's very lucky. As you can see, the damage is on top of the fender there instead on the side, so it's not rubbing.
Johnny Benson, the point leader, has been unscathed much of today, but for that. And Mike McLaughlin. Can McLaughlin win his first ever Busch race right here today?
You know he can truck on this type of racetrack, so this thing's far from over, and Hermie Sadler's sitting there in third.
It's not far from over.
Well. Yeah.
It's only 6 laps from over. And here we go. Randy.
Came over the radio. Hermie came over the radio and said he has trouble getting up to speed. Now, it didn't appear to be that time of the green flag restart, and they're back going with 6 to go.
Johnny Benson stretches it out on McLaughlin by 2 car lengths. Magic comes fighting back. Donner in third. LePage is released from the pit road. 5 laps to go. Setzer battles Fuller back straightaway. That's for about 6th spot.
Hermie Sadler's working over the back of the car of Magic Shoes McLaughlin right now down the front straightaway.
Back to turn 1. 4 laps to go.
Boy, Johnny Benson says, you don't think I want to get back there where they're pushing and knocking and shoving. I'm going to stay out here if I can.
Sadler right down on the bottom. McLaughlin has the high side. That's for 2nd place.
Boy, oh boy, McLaughlin's in a bad spot on the outside. That's been the slower groove most of the day today. But he will do everything he can to get 2nd place back.
The little teapot is perking as Benson hauls it off the corner. 2 laps to go. Believe it or not, there'll be some cars around at the finish. Sadler now with 2nd. McLaughlin settles in 3rd. Jason Keller in 4th and coming on the bottom of McLaughlin. Then the V6 of Bobby Dotter, Dennis Setzer, Jeff Fuller, and Curtis Markham. White flag.
Boy, oh boy. I know his heart's got to be beating hard right now, but he has this thing pretty well. Johnny Benson's going to win the race.
Johnny Benson will go to victory lane. Sadler is 2nd, McLaughlin 3rd. Keller in 4th, and a crash at turn 4 on the checkered flag lap, Doug Hebron. Boy, those last 20 laps were as wild as anything we have ever seen. We'll come back and sort it out for you after this.
Today's exclusive coverage of the SunDrop 400 on TNN has been brought to you by SunDrop, the tangy citrus taste you'll go wild for. By Haviland Formula 3 Motor Oil. Add more life to your car. And by smooth Busch beer and easy drinking Busch Light. Busch, the official beer of NASCAR.
Folks, you never know who's going to end up in victory lane in one of these Busch races, especially on the short track. So if you didn't go away, you know that Johnny Benson has won it. He's getting a little iced tea for his right foot. Here's Randy Pemberton.
The hottest foot in the business right here. Johnny, burn your foot, but probably doesn't feel too bad. Excellent run. Wow, that was survival at the end.
Well, it sure was. I think Chad Little had to race one, man. I feel bad for him. He had a good run. The 71 car just kind of got into him, but Lipton T Chevrolet ran great. Steve Bird, the whole crew, man, awesome. We've had a good year this year. You know, we kept, saying that, man, we need this to last longer and keep lasting. And so far it is. So I'm looking forward to tonight, going down to Sandwich Construction Company, having some freshly brewed tea. Hopefully, Chris and Sam down there make us fresh pot, buddy. We're going to be there tonight.
Johnny, several good cars out there. It just looked like anybody that gets in the wrong situation at the wrong time, it could go away from you. What was the worst situation you were in all day?
I don't know. There's a couple of just this last one here with Chad. I mean, that wasn't good, but you take him as you get him, and he ran a great race all day, and their team deserves good credit for this race. Just, didn't end up good for him, but our guys worked hard. We're running second, so we'll take it when we can.
Okay, congratulations to you and the entire team. Johnny Benson, the Busch Series points leader, continues his assault in the series this year.
Johnny will be live on race day tomorrow. He'll be the in-studio guest on TNN's race day. Be sure to tune into that. Hermie Sadler finishes second, so hits his second top 5 finish of the season and his best finish of the season. Mike McLaughlin finishes third. I believe that's a career best for Mike McLaughlin in the Busch Series. That equals his career best. Jason Keller is 4th. Bobby Daughter is 5th with the V6. Dennis Setzer fought his way back to 6th. Jeff Fuller by 1 car length, the leading rookie finisher in the race over Curtis Markham. Jim Bound was 9th on the lead lap all day. He got bumped out of 8th place on the last lap. And Pete Silva, oldest driver in the race, came home with a top 10 finish for multiple Busch Grand National champion Jack Ingram.
Boy, oh boy, Mike, was this something to watch? I tell you what, anybody thinks they ought to do away with short track racing, forget it, folks. We love it.
And all those folks, are drivers, athletes, is this a sport, and all that other baloney, just show them the last 20 laps of this race, and you get an idea how hard these drivers work. Look at the back of Chad Little's car. It is way shortened up, as was his race, and what a shame. Randy Pemberton has our second place finisher today.
Well, a deserved second place finish. I hope you've got that one on tape, Hermie, because it was wild at the end.
It was a wild race, and before we even talk about the race, I want to thank DeWalt and Peebles and Sitco and Chevrolet. These people have done a lot for me, and they've been a lot to me, and we didn't have much to show for it yet, our efforts and the effort they put behind us, but it was a great race today, and my call was very temperamental to when the sun went in tonight. When the sun was at the first part of the race, my call was great, and when the sun went in, it just tightened up too much in the middle of the corner. I couldn't get that jump up off the corner, but all in all, we're where we need to be as far as improving as a team. Our pit stops were good, and I think I drove a little better today. I've been a little disappointed in my performances personally, and maybe this will get us going when we go to New Hampshire, maybe try it up there where we've had some success.
Well, real quickly, you built a new car. You finally got a chance to run it. Can you blueprint this baby and bring it back? Because it looked like it handled pretty well.
It's an awesome race car. It really is. And this is what we need to do. We need to run all day and finish a race and see what we got. We hadn't done that yet. And we know what we got. I think we can improve on it. And I think we'll be a whole lot better the rest of the year.
Okay, glad you survived it. Good run.
Thank you.
Big lift for Hermie Sadler today. Finishing up second. Mike McLaughlin third. Jason Keller fourth. Coming up next, Video PM. Features all your favorite country stars. That's at 6 Eastern, or rather just as soon as we're done here on TNN. Tonight, 10 p.m., Super Truck Racing from Saugus Speedway in Santa Clarita, California. Video PM, of course, will follow our live telecast here from Hickory in just a few minutes. But what a show.
Boy, oh boy, I tell you what, I loved every minute of it. Too bad it's not a 400-lapper. I know a lot of these cars are glad it didn't, but boy, what a race.
There might not be enough left for 400 laps. There is a 100-lap late model stock car race that'll feature some third-generation NASCAR stars that'll come up here later today at Hickory. And, of course, the All-Pro Series will be here in October. In 2 weeks, we're going All-Pro racing down at Greenville, South Carolina. 2 weeks from today, live on TNN. So you see Mike Cope and the rest of the All-Pro stars down there. There's a look at Chad Little's car as Randy Pemberton sees if he can grab Chad or some of the other drivers that finished up here today. And the man who directs this broadcast and all the pictures you see on TNN of our live racing. Gary Clem has been honored by Ball State University as its Distinguished Alumnus of the Year. David Letterman was the first person to win that award, but Gary's going to be honored at his alma mater. Congratulations.
All right, yes.
Gary. Well, these aren't the same cars they'll bring to Loudon. No, folks, these cars will go home and get reskinned, and a lot of those restaurants and places that like to display Busch and Winston Cup sheet metal will sure get a bunch of it from here at Hickory today. Benson, Sadler, McLaughlin, Keller, and Dodd are the top 5. Then Setzer, Fuller, Markham, Bound, and Silva, the top 10 as we've given you. Doug Hevron finished 11th despite that last lap spin. Johnny Rumley led but finished 12th. Dirk Stevens, Phil Parsons, Tim Fiedel with the top 15. Mike Dillon in his Busch debut, 16th. Larry Pearson after that banging match. David Green made several pit stops toward the end of the race. Tough day for him. Rodney Combs and Kevin LePage after that penalty wound up 20th. Jerry Nadeau, his first Busch start and a fine run, clean run, 21st place finish. Randy Porter, 22nd. Chad Little wound up 23rd. Then L.W. Miller, the car that Patty Moise started, that's Johnny Chapman's car. Elton Sawyer, Tracy Leslie, Robbie Reiser, Jeff Green, and Scott Kilby finished in the 30th and final position today. And Johnny Benson will lead Chad Little by 197 points, leading Hickory. And now these teams have some time off. Buddy, they don't run again until we go to Loudon, New Hampshire on the 12th of May.
Of any group I've ever seen, they need time off as much as anybody just to fix what they tore up today. But I tell you, these guys are professional racers, and Busch Grand National anymore, they put as much into these cars as the Winston Cup guys do.
And the racing is fabulous. Well, 300 laps here at Hickory, and 20 of the wildest we have ever seen. Busch Racing will be back here next year, and can't wait to see it.
Oh, yeah, man.
So tonight, 10 p.m., Super Truck Racing here on TNN. Be sure to stay up for that one out at Saugus Speedway in California. 2 weeks from today, we'll be talking to you from Greenville Pickens Speedway in Greenville, South Carolina with the NASCAR All-Pro Series. And live Busch Racing returns to TNN May 12th up at Loudon, New Hampshire. Join us then. And, of course, you get all the news about the Busch Series and everything else in the sport of racing. 2 editions of Race Day tomorrow. For Buddy Baker and Randy Pemberton, I'm Mike Joy. Happy Easter, everybody, from Hickory, North Carolina.
Silly wabbit.
Oh, you.